Warning, Hebrews Toys Reviews is not intended for children. It is for adult collectors and the people over the age of 18.
Hello everybody, Hebrew77 here, and I got a few things I want to go over in today's video. We will be talking about the brand new He-Man and the Masters Universe action figures from Mattel. They are back and they are better than ever. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Walmart exclusives. As you can see, compared to the original, they're the same packaging, the same artwork. The colors are exactly the same. You may notice two differences, however, on the figures. The figures are slightly bigger and they are more, and they have more articulated joints. But I will show that and a whole lot more, as I am going to be opening some of these figures. Take me off of Zoom, please. Thank you. Because I will be opening some of these figures. I know I have a real scraggly beard now, but wait till the next video. And also I got an eBay package to open. But I am going to open this Skeletor. I'm going to leave that one in the package. So I got one Skeletor. Take a look here. And one He-Man. We are going to open those and give our review today on Hebrews Toy Reviews. Alright, here we go. They are out of the package and they're ready for action. First up, we have He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, as it says on the package. Basically, you have where it's, you know, he's just a regular He guy. You have a more posable arm, more like the Classics line, and then his hand moves at the wrist, and then his forearm moves at the elbow, and then of course you got the, I like to call the thumbs up pose there, where that's naturally where his sword would have gone. I kind of wish they would have given them changeable hands, but I do understand why He-Man has that. Now, one complaint I have about He-Man, I do like this figure. I don't love it, but I do like it. I think the colors on the boots back down here are a little too much. I don't know why they painted these yellow. To me, they should have been white around the riffles there. And it's a lighter brown than what I would have preferred. Now, of course, this light here's not doing him any favors. Hey, He-Man, where were you in November 26, 1955? Huh? Where were you? But he's got a bigger head than I would have liked. I don't like the way his head looks, and he's got sort of like a, well, actually, his face kind of looks perfect. I think it's the hair I don't like. I don't know. It's a little bit more just, I don't know. It has something to do with the hair. And I do believe the head is smaller. Other than that, I mean, this toy, you know, sometimes they say don't meet your heroes. Well, I say don't meet don't open your toy packages, because you may just be disappointed. I think actually he'd look better in the package than when he does on the outside. Here's the back of He-Man. As you can see, I'll tell you what I like about this right now. This looks like it's going to be just a way better place to put his sword. Sword, of course, came in this like wound up tight sort of like packaging here. I'm going to put him to the side for now. We're going to take a look at Skeletor. Skeletor, the smaller head kind of works on Skeletor. I mean, it looks exactly, his head looks exactly like the vintage Skeletor's head would look like. I mean, a few exceptions, the head was squishier, but look at this, check this out. Comparison time, and the other thing is, if you look at the two's heads, you can really see the red in his eyes light up. Now in this Skeletor, unfortunately, you can't really see the red, at least not in this lighting. It's not as dominant as it is on this Skeletor. There is a little bit of red in the action figure's eyes, and I do like the feet. These are the webbed feet Skeletor. I do hope that in the next wave they come up with booted feet Skeletor, because they did have a booted version of this Skeletor, and I think I remember as a child having that version of Skeletor. Now we'll put these two to the side here, and we'll do a comparison with this He-Man and the original He-Man. They're not that much, they're not that much taller in length, so if you wanted to, you could use these more modern figures in juncture with the original Masters of the Universe. And if you take a look at his sheath, he does not have a place to put his sword, except for this little part here is where we as kids would always put the sword, and it wasn't so bad. I mean, it did tend to bend it up a little bit if you left it back there too long, which is why I am so glad they put this on the back of the new He-Man. I would take a look at the good, the bad, the ugly, some places where I was disappointed. Good, the figures come with card backs that have all the original artwork on them. They are fully posable, fully articulate. Well, not fully articulate. You can move the joints around. The knees bend, or the legs bend at the knees. The feet even bend. Sometimes that could be sort of hindering also. He-Man has a place to put his sword, and Skeletor does not. That's weird. So they didn't change the design on Skeletor's back. So we'll turn him around now. Wow, that's kind of disappointing. Why didn't they put the same thing on the back of Skeletor's as they put on He-Man? I have no idea. So now, the bad. The bad thing about these Walmart exclusive Masters Universe toys is they came with the same comic book. As you can see here, I've got two of the same comic books. This never would have happened on the original line unless it was an accident. But I think this was done on purpose. As a matter of fact, while we got these comic books out, I like how they did. Well, that's the good. So let's put those to the side. So really, all in all, I would have to score these guys. I don't know. I would go anywhere between 75 and 80. I would have given both these guys a 97 score had Skeletor had the same feature on his sheath, or I'm sorry, not sheath, but his armor, just as He-Man has on his. So that's where I'm going to have to knock points off of. And just the fact that they both came with the same comic books. That was a major disappointment. Now looking at the weapons of the figures. He-Man's weapons first. Holding this sword, I feel like it's so fragile. It's going to break at any moment. It's really paper thin. The original He-Man sword was much thicker and had much more girth to it. This axe doesn't have any detail. The original He-Man toy line, the axes had the ridges here at the bottom. I felt like, and there was more detail to the outside the axes as well, to make them look a little bit more realistic. So actually, this is where the toy falls short. Now, looking at the shield is actually an improvement. The original shield came in two pieces, and this part here, this orange part, was actually not a sticker, but it was like a piece of cardboard that was inside the shield. A piece of like real thin colored cardboard inside the shield. It was two pieces. And this thing here either broke or it just kept coming off the figure's arms. Now I will say that this shield, for the sword, well, I had a lot of trouble getting the sword in his hand, and it really does feel flimsy. It feels like this piece here at the bottom where the handle is could snap at any minute. And again, from the original toy line, a much better sword for sure. Skeletor's sword is pretty much the same way, a little bit too flimsy. Now I do see what they were trying to go for here. The original story, of course, as everybody knows, you snap the two swords together, the power sword and the sword of knowledge, which I don't even know if it's even going to work on these. They're so damn flimsy and so damn different. But yeah, you're supposed to snap the two together. They come together, forming the ultimate sword of power. But on these aren't even doing it, so the hell with it. Now this Skeletor's Havoc Staff. This Havoc Staff, you know, honestly, you could put this in the hands of the original Skeletor. Looks like it was made for him. It looks like the original Havoc Staff. So if you do need to replace your original Skeletor's Havoc Staff, I feel like you could buy multiples of this figure and keep replacing the Havoc Staffs. And I feel like this Havoc Staff is not, will it bend over time like Skeletor's original Havoc Staff? Maybe, I don't know. That's something that only time can tell. But of course there are some fixes on that toy as well. There you have it. That is the end of my review. I love the packaging. Figures look decent. Here's one last look at that packaging. Compare it with the original packaging. You can see these all three are, the artwork is exactly, just matches what the original done. You can tell which one's the original. It's the one that's the most faded. It's the Prince Adam down there at the left. But these two, He-Man and Skeletor, the packaging is outstandingly just matches everything they did with the original toy line, and you can't ask for more than that. And even on the back, I didn't show the back. Even the back has the original cross cells for the original toy. And there you have He-Man. That looks like it could be original artwork. Tila Man-at-Arms, Skeletor, Evil Lyn, and Beastman, as you can see. And yeah, that looks like original artwork from the original toy line, especially Man-at-Arms right there. We do have a 25th anniversary He-Man Master Universe. I will get that out some other time and compare all of these things. By the way, here's the original Skeletor sword, and as you can see on the back here, of course, this was the holes that would line up where the power sword and the Skeletor sword would connect, forming the ultimate sword of power and knowledge, the ultimate power sword. Well, that does it for me. I hope you guys out there enjoyed this review. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like this content and want to see more, please consider subscribing to me. And until next time, remember, knowing isn't just half the battle, it's the whole damn war. Until next time.